Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining. Whale Miner, thank you. And Creative Shorts, thank you. I'm just waiting for Chalk at the moment. Oh, here she comes. Here she comes. There she is. Hello.
I'm sorry, I'm late again.
I've only just literally turned it on. But I've got a little bit of rain on the roof, so I'm going to have to put these on.
Okay. I've been very busy, Keith the Crypto Farmer. Very busy.
Now I can hear you. Yep. I had to wait for it to connect. It takes...
Ask me what I've been doing. Go on, ask me. Because everybody now thinks I've been doing this amazing, like, investing in new crypto. Huh?
I've seen what you've been doing, cleaning that bloody room.
Yeah, everybody thinks I've been doing some like really interesting YouTube stuff or found a new crypto project to invest in. No.
Yeah.
No.
Nah, you're as boring as the rest of us.
Huh?
You're boring as the rest of us.
Yes. Oh God, domestics. Oh, having a house is hard work, isn't it? Isn't it just hard work?
You love it. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, I'm not a domestic goddess. That's for sure.
Not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea at all. And neither is gardening. We've got somebody here at the moment gardening as well because we just can't do it.
Yeah, I know you were saying that yesterday. You're going to do that, so there you go.
Yeah, so we have Luke here, who is currently down the garden, and already it looks incredible. The difference is unbelievable. I don't know how he does it. It's like he's been here 2 hours and already the garden's transformed. So
all your Safi profits are disappearing,
more or less, all in one gardening, because he's going to be here probably all day.
Did you actually? So
that'll be all Safi profits gone in one day.
Oh, you had profits. Alrighty. Yeah.
Well, actually, I didn't really, but I did. Well, you know what? Who knows?
I don't know. I didn't add it all up. Like for a while there, I was sort of tracking what I was doing, but then it was like, bugger it. I don't know.
The problem is, I think certainly I find when you're in crypto, you know, it's not clean cut, is it? Because you've got a bit in one project, and then you might take a bit of that out and put it in another one. I mean, I move a lot of my stuff around. You know, I'll kind of take it out, put it in another one, and then maybe take a bit of that out and put it back. It's just not black and white at all. Hey, Whale Miner.
And we've got a chance to be crypto millionaires. I'll tell you what, you just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're about to be. You just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
Hello, Berto. Thank you very much for calling back in again. Thank you.
Hello, Berto.
Thank you very much. If you have obviously any questions or whatever, geez, I'm getting animated again. If you have any questions or anything.
You want to stop getting that animated, you know? It's not good for your health. Hello, Berto. Good evening.
That's my exercise. I'll spend a day with these like Tyrannosaurus Rex arms because my elbows aren't very good. And so I'm doing all this sort of stuff. Like you've seen the video, like I was cleaning out the hay troughs and stuff. So but I can do that stuff right at the very beginning of the day. Jeez, I'm yelling, aren't I? I can take that off now. I can just hear myself yell.
Yeah.
And so they'll be going, what's he doing down there?
Yeah.
But yeah, so they work pretty good for that part, except for my arms don't straighten. But then, you know, like I can go pretty good for about an hour or so, and then I'll fall. You know, and you hear it on the videos where I start huffing and puffing really quick. It's amazing. Like, even though you don't physically exert, like it's amazing how much the brain tumor just makes you fatigue with all the tinnitus, and it really like makes you, and that's why you hear it on my videos a lot with me heavy breathing. And yeah, It's just unreal what it does. It's
I honestly don't know how you do so much physical stuff. I mean, I struggle, and I haven't got the excuse of any ill health. You know, I just.
yeah, but
it's an age thing, isn't it? And we shouldn't say these things, because I'm sure some of the people watching us sometimes we know they're very, very young, so we don't want to depress them.
Well, I don't want to like be put in a hole just yet either. You know, like it's good to still know that you're being productive and doing stuff. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Your thing for the family, for your community, or whatever. Oh, geez, I've seen it on TV tonight. They were talking about you pommies and too much gin. Yeah, what was it to do with the Ashes?
Sorry.
You guys.
Sorry, hang on. What do you mean too much gin?
Yeah. Apparently, you're drinking just too much gin.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there I go again.
So tell me, Berto, what's going on in your life today? Like,
yeah, Berto, tell us all. And sorry, I haven't said hello to Whale Miner or Creative Shorts yet. So hello. Sorry, I probably missed that bit. But hello.
Yeah, but that's because we just get carried away in our own little world.
I know. Oh, I don't want to be in my own little world at the minute, I'll be honest. But there you go. Anyway.
But surely you've cleaned it up by now.
Oh my God, that's just the tip of the iceberg. I sent, for anybody listening, I sent Keith a photo earlier of what I was up to, and I just showed him a little glimpse. So we've got, I think I said yesterday, but we've got visitors coming on Thursday for only a couple of days. But our problem is we have 2 children. Our daughter, who moved out probably a year ago now, but didn't move all of her stuff out. And then our son, who moved back in with us just before Christmas. So all of his stuff came back on top of everything that was already there. And now it's just a horrible mess. And now that room that I sent you a photograph of earlier is the room basically our spare room, where our guests are going to have to stay. And at the moment, they can't even get in the room, never mind. Oh, it's hard work. Life is hard work, isn't it?
It is. It has its moments, but it sounds like Berto's making hard work for himself.
Oh, I have to start my
exercise
again soon. I've heard of that, and I can't think what it is. Berto, tell us more, because I know a friend of mine used to do it, and I can't remember what it is. Being too lazy the past few months. Well, ditto.
What it is strength stuff. It's mainly all like strength, core strength training type stuff. I don't know the specific terms, but that's what I would imagine that it all is mainly core strength.
Yeah.
Type. It's what bodybuilders do.
Oh.
Type stuff.
Oh. I don't really.
Berto's not saying they're not like that, but they might be. I don't know. I'm a bodybuilder. I've got this keg.
What do you mean you've got a keg?
Well, you know how guys have they go over a six. Well, women go over a guy's 6-pack, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Well,
yes, but no, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I've got a keg. Look at the keg. I'll poke it out.
I didn't know whether you meant that, or you meant that you've got like a keg that's some sort of exercise implements that you throw around to exercise.
I've got a cuddly tummy.
Yeah, well, we love that. Oh!
Yeah, that's right.
Look at that.
Oh, wow. Hello.
Hello. Would you like to see what I'm eating, everybody? Thank you, darling.
So you're getting, you get to talk to me. Oh, nice.
And really
there you go.
Nice
Your ratings are going to go up now.
Oh, yeah, because I'm showing food. Yeah. Oh, I should do a little TikTok on that.
Yeah, that's right. You should become a husband food critiquer.
Yeah. Well, it'll always be good, because he only ever gives me good stuff.
Never.
He only ever gives me good stuff. Yeah.
Oh, only ever. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounded like never to me.
Yeah. No, he only ever gives me good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So how old are you, Berto? like because it's more like calisthenics is more like a young person's thing, like 35 or younger, because it's all like I don't know. Of course, you could be older. Yes, I get that, but
Yes.
being like a strength type thing, it 56.
Ah,
Wow.
you're the same age as my gorgeous husband.
All right. Well, I'm worn out just thinking about that.
So we're all the kind of same generation. Isn't that great?
Yeah. Hi, Creative Shorts.
Hey, Creative
Thank
Shorts.
you.
Good to see you as well.
Most of us are around that sort of age group, though, like that are in this space. It seem to be like 45 plus.
Well, they either seem to be 45 plus or minus 18. We've got some very, 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 very young people as well, haven't we?
Yeah. I'm just going to have a look at my TikTok, because in there you have the analytics. And it tells the age groups of who's looking at my TikTok.
Oh, yeah, your demographics, yeah.
Mm.
I always find that really interesting. You get a lot of that information on YouTube. And certainly about 90% of my audience on YouTube is from the States. I know that. And they're mostly fellas, which you would expect because I'm talking about crypto. And probably in that age group, I think 30 to 50.
I will have a. I'm going to lose you for a second. I'm going to see if I can bring it up on the computer screen because I'm looking at it on the phone. But if I can bring it up on the computer, I can share it with everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
And just see, it might be something exciting to talk about for 2 seconds.
It's funny. I used to, I have, well, I still have it, an ambience channel on YouTube that kind of does this kind of background, but in it's animated as these backgrounds are, but with some soothing music or sound effects. And my demographics on there were completely different. They were all ladies. Clearly, men don't like this kind of thing.
It's kind of funny that like. What would you think that because most of my content is farming stuff, what sort of demographics do you think would be more likely for that?
Well, I'm a bit conflicted there because kind of farming and manhandling things, I'd say fellas, but you do a lot of cute animals as well, so I'd say ladies. So I'd say you've got a bit of a mix.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have a clue what age, though.
I'm trying to figure out how to see the analytics on the computer. Obviously I'll get it on the phone easy, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right. View profile.
Oh, Well Miner. Apparently we're making Well Miner feel old. Does that mean he's older than we are? Well Miner, give us a hint. How old?
I think he was in his 30s, wasn't he? 30.
Oh, so you're young.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I can't remember. I'll say 21.
Oh, look, Berto is asking, what do you farm, Keith? We farm as well.
Oh, cool.
Tell us more. Berto, Well Miner's 54. Well Miner, we're almost the same age, me and you. Almost. I'm just a tiny, tiny bit younger. Tiny.
We're all in that same sort of group. What do we farm? Are you not on... Berto, are you not on my TikTok then? Do you have TikTok? You obviously have YouTube. Join my channel if you don't mind, please, and have a look at my videos, which is mainly all farm-related stuff. And I'm putting things on there pretty much every single day. I put 3 videos on there today. Hi, Leon. Thank you for joining.
Hey, Leon. Oh, Leon's put in the good one for us all.
But that's the thing, like you could throw a blanket over the age group though, couldn't you? Like,
oh, Leon's 61. Oh, Leon.
Everyone's making me young because I'm 49.
Oh my God, you young thing. Leon, I have not heard that term in a long time. Tea is steeping. And I only ever hear my Irish relatives say that. Let the tea steep. I never hear it here. Isn't that interesting? Tea is steeping. I love that.
I haven't looked into how to see analytics on the computer on TikTok yet, so forgive me for this. But that's the male and female.
Oh, and is that's mainly, I can't quite see, is it mainly ladies then?
75% guys, 25% women.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. And the age group is 18 to 24 is 27%.
Yeah.
And then 25 to 34 and all the way up to 44.
Yeah.
From 25 to 44, that's half of it. So, and there's only a little bit that are only like 25% of people are over 45. So, you know, most people are under 45.
Yeah.
Like 3/4 of the people. So, you know, it's.
I am just going to post for Berto your a link to your.
Please have a look at my YouTube, because I've got also like I make the content.
I'll post your link now, Berto.
I make the videos and put them on the TikTok first, because it's so easy to edit the videos with my phone and just get them uploaded off my phone. And then I send them across to YouTube from TikTok. So they're always got TikTok watermarks on them. But please have a look at my YouTube. You
can take those off really easily.
Hey?
You can take those off.
Yeah. It's really good for that. But please subscribe to my channel, because
I've just posted the link, Berto. It's Keith the Crypto Farmer, but the link is there, so you can go straight to it.
And most of my people are Australian. 30% are from Australia. And what is it? UK 11%, New Zealand 12%. There you go, whale miner. Nigeria 12%.
Oh.
And Germany 10%.
Interesting. Oh, you've just got a new subscriber. There you go.
Boom.
Berto.
Thank you so much, Berto. I hope you enjoyed what I put on my channel anyway. It's like I say, I'm not shoving crypto down people's throat. I have my little calf token thing on the end of my videos for 10 seconds, but that on there, you'll see what we do. We raise calves, hence why I have a project course for the calves. So it's all, rightio. Okay, yep, cool. So you're in the same sort of time zone as myself then, because I'm on the Perth time zone, of course.
Live in the Philippines.
We're on the same time zone.
Berta, one of my very, very best friends is Dutch, and she is crazy. She's crazy in a really, really good way. I don't mean she's crazy like mad. She is crazy, but in her energy is unbelievable. And
so you must be pretty happy that Maxi's winning all of Formula One then, wouldn't you, being Dutch?
Is he Dutch?
Unless you're not a Formula One watcher. Max Verstappen.
I don't know. It's funny, isn't it, with Formula One? I don't really follow it, but I never really understand, the nationalities of the drivers, because it's all about who they drive for rather than they're representing, Holland or UK or what have you. But I guess if you're into it, you would know more about each of the drivers. But Berto is a bit of a fan. Supermax. Yeah,
me and my, how old is he now? 16-year-old son. Yeah. He's mad keen on Formula One and that, and so whenever that's on, of course we got to watch it. But I like it. I know that cool. I knew you would be. To put it simply, Max is my favorite driver, mainly because you know, like him and Ricardo when they were in Red Bull together. Obviously, I was Ricardo, but and so the Maxi sort of thing clung over, and it was good to see him as a bit of an underdog. But now, obviously, he's not, because Red Bull is just so far ahead of everyone else at the minute. But yeah, it's he's doing well. He's doing very, very well.
Fantastic.
GP bots.
GP bots.
Elaborate.
It's kind of ringing a bell, but I've no idea why. What is it? Safety Dad, tell us.
Is it something that's good?
Is it something we can use?
Should I Google it? And then I come up with that you're about to die.
I hope not.
Usually Google gives you responses that, you know, like.
GP bots sounds something like AI. I'm just thinking of Chat GPT, I guess. I don't know. GP bots. I don't know. Tell us, Safety Dad, tell us. Maybe it's a trick question. Maybe it's a quiz.
Geez, I'm confused just reading what a GP bot is.
Oh, Berto is suggesting Grand Prix bots. Now I'm really confused. Tell us, Safety Dad. You've got us hanging on your every word now.
Yeah.
We're hanging. No idea.
Don't say sorry to me. Thank you
sorry. So you drive.
If that was to me, thank you very much for subscribing, mate. It's greatly appreciated.
Fantastic.
No, it's all good, yeah. And
That's
welcome,
good.
Jason. Thank you for calling in. Cheers.
Hello.
Thank you very much. It seems like some sort of chatting thing. GP bots, multimedia. I don't know, because like
maybe it's AI bots that can make you millions in crypto. That's what I'm going to say. And if that's true, I'm going to buy one right now.
Yeah, it'd be all right if it was that easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's hard because like a lot of people are really opinionated on bots. But my opinion is that trading bots, as far as I'm aware, don't seem to really cause too much of a problem. But front run bots is where the biggest problem is at. But I would like, someone can correct me because I'm not sure, but I would imagine that trading bots are just taking advantage of, you know, certain algorithms on like, it's got to increase by X% before it does a buy, and then it's got to follow that so far before it does it sell and whatever. So it's whatever the algorithmic setups that you've got on your bot. I can't really see that could be that much different than a human would do, except for that it's there at the precise moment to do the action.
I don't know.
So you don't have to sit there, you know, being a keyboard warrior, just waiting to watch the sticks, the candles, you know. But as far as front run bots, well, they're an opportunist like thing. If you've got your slippage set wrong, and all it does is take advantage of that, and maliciously, because it's taking your crypto, what is rightfully yours, just because you set the slippage wrong, and it's just taking an absolute rort of that, you know, because it's essentially like stealing your funds. I'll put it like that. But a trading bot, I don't think would be in that same category. But, you know, as far as arbitrage goes, well, then that's just leveling the playing field between one LP pool to the other, you know, when you've got the same token on two different LP pools, and it's just leveling the playing field. And so it just
when you're saying arbitrage. I'm twitching.
Sorry?
I'm twitching when you're saying arbitrage.
Why?
Well, recent experience of
With what?
a certain project. Esco.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? That worked really
You know,
good. It was the biggest DeFi project in history.
yeah, I know, and I'm
Yeah,
grateful for it.
that was boom, man.
Yeah.
What planet are you on?
Oh my gosh, give us strength. Trading bots are bad for most.
So does that mean they're good if you've got them?
Well, that's a good question, isn't it? I'm guessing, I don't know why. This is one of the areas that I think if you have got the knowledge and the expertise, that you potentially are ahead in the game. But
because while mine is a trader off his own, watching the charts and doing a buy, right?
But I'm also guessing that it's always at the it potentially is at the expense of others, because you are using technology that is there and fair to use, but you're using that technology to beat everybody else. So it's not that it's unfair or anything. It's just, it is where I feel, and I don't know enough about it, but if you've got the knowledge, the insight, the expertise, and you use it correctly, then you can do very well off it. But everybody else that doesn't gets wrecked. I don't know. I heard about
when I've launched tokens, and technically they're low liquidity, right? Because there's no fundraising, like there's no pink sale or whatever to launch it, so it's just whatever BNB I add. The sniper bots that I've seen come onto the protocol straight away, really their buys are so small that they don't mean anything. Seriously, I've done 3 different tokens now, and I've seen sniper bots do their thing, and with what you would call low liquidity, and yeah, I haven't seen that. So not in a way that is detrimental to the project, but by the time that the general public started to buy, but generally speaking, they get to buy about a dozen times before a human gets to buy. It's unreal how quick they, just boom, 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 they're straight in on it. It's amazing how fast it all happens.
Yeah.
But usually this is only my own experience. It's not, I don't know. I've never looked at what other projects launching and stuff like that, but you're only talking, I know it can mean a lot of money, but because the price is so low, but you're only talking a few dollars or so at a time. And so they're not really getting that big piece of the pie, but I can be completely wrong with that, but that's just what I've seen.
Yeah.
But of course,
sorry, go on.
No,
I was going to say, it's a complete gap in my knowledge, that's for sure, and something that I probably want to know more about. But
that's the idea of having a conversation, isn't it?
Well, that's true. That's true.
When we've got one here that obviously knows some stuff, and we've got Berto that knows some stuff, and then we put it all together, and we know a little bit more than what we did before, hopefully.
If you want to get wrecked, use a bot. So, Well-Minded, do you use bots? Have you ever used bots and really won? Have you used bots? And it sounds like you have got wrecked, perhaps, if you have used them, but I don't know. Are bots worth spending time and energy looking into and getting some expertise? Do you have to, I presume you pay for bots, or do you develop them yourself? Do you have to have that programming knowledge?
Is there any way the bots actually make money? Because of course, if people were complaining that they're draining liquidity and stuff, well, then you would think they'd be making $1. So, then that sort of goes against to get wrecked. So, just try and help us out a little bit with what you're saying, because I'm really not too sure on how to take that. Sounds a little bit contradictory. So I'm not sure.
Yeah. I said that's
what I had before. Okay, it was the same message. Okay.
I also feel, going into these sales that we have recently, only a couple, But the knowledge that there are bots out there just makes me feel a bit depressed, because you kind of feel like, as I say, no matter how quick you are, there's always somebody that is gonna get there because
yeah,
they
but
have
isn't that
got,
life though? When there's always someone that's either quicker, faster, stronger, better than yourself in whatever it is that you're doing.
Yeah, and it's annoying and depressing. And I guess the only way around it is to get the knowledge yourself and to get that expertise. Well, mine is saying I've used my bots and found it better trading myself, a lot safer, very safe. Okay. Yeah, I suppose with bots, the downside is you literally have, you program the bots to do A, B, and C, and they will do it no matter what the circumstance or the environment. And it may be that sometimes that's not the best. And so if it's almost the
that's why we want to listen to you. So thank you for passing on your words of wisdom, because we want to listen to you. And that's the thing. We're not here just blowing wind. We want to listen and hear what you have to say. And of course, we're going to throw in some different perspectives, like ask you some questions, because like my question would be, why wasn't it that successful? Because I would have thought, now this is obviously a layman's way or a farmer's way of thinking it, but wouldn't it just be the way you've got your algorithm set up? So in other words, I know the market can make the algorithm kind of not reach the point that it should, but in other words, it might sell you short of where the candle's going to go, for argument's sake. And it depends, like, do you need to adjust your algorithms like a horse race, for argument's sake? The track's a bit wet. Does it mean that you got to change the amount of credit you give a horse compared to a different one, or go on one completely different? Do you have to change your algorithms with whether it's in a bear market, bull market, things like that? Is it mainly to do with that, or
I'm not answering this question.
While we're on the topic, we will. Thanks, Berto. We were really on this topic.
Well, we were.
It's all good, mate. It's all good. Thank you. What is your opinion about that 1.2 million escrow that was drained out a few seconds? Right.
So this is the first launch, isn't it? Was this the first launch? No, this was the second launch.
This is the second time, because the first time
the second failed
nothing
launch.
could happen to it. All I did was lock your safe up, didn't it?
No, this was the one where sorry, I'm just refreshing my memory, where it apparently
big candle to 2,000.
Yeah. So it was something to do with gas, and somebody put the gas.
About 50,000 bot attacks and jammed it all up.
Blocked the system.
Supposedly, and then, how convenient. I know.
Yeah. Well, I think you say it all when you're saying that, then.
You what? Sorry.
Well, the way you said how convenient, I think that probably.
Okay. Well, now I'll explain to what I mean by that. I'm being very, very frank, and you can agree or disagree. You can whatever you want to do. But in my own opinion, is that where there's smoke, there's fire. Not always, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. In other words, once launched, once succeeded in one person's way, second launch, how convenient that it goes in one person's way, and that person is like, it was done in a different sort of way. If you did the same bullshit story about this V3 instead of V2 on PancakeSwap, well then, no one's going to buy it a second time around. So I think that it's also convenient where you already have worked out how you're going to do it, and so you've already got it all planned out, and so then you are the one that's able to initiate the action to do whatever it is to get the outcome that you want. And I believe that there is just no other way than an inside job. It just has to be. I can't see it being any other way. But of course, what's my opinion worth? Well, bugger all, two bob and nothing. But that's okay. but it's just that it just seems to be a repetitive thing where there is actions done or that create consequences that suit one person's pocket. It just seems to fall that way all the time. And
well, yeah. Well, and just to throw my 10 pence in at that point, because I think the really unfortunate thing is whoever the person was, the circumstances leading up to it all, and the whole shenanigans that have been ongoing constantly, leave us with that very bitter taste in our mouth that makes us completely and utterly suspect that there was foul play. And that isn't that the issue, because had that just been a one-off out of the blue, good God, that really surprised us, then that would be a different kettle of fish. But it happened, and I don't think anybody was very surprised. And isn't that terrible?
I tell you what, I was a looker from the sidelines, and I was not surprised one little bit. On both launches, I was just, I was just sitting back watching it, and I was going, Chalk, you're Seifu. and it was like, you got to be shitting me. Like, it was just, everything I thought was going to happen just happened, and it was just like, boom. And obviously I didn't know that they were going to come up with those excuses and stuff like that when, I just, the way I word it, right? Imagine if it was me who did that. Okay, now I launched one, and then I got this criticized about, shit token, the coding or whatever. And yet his tweet that he put out there, he removed as soon as I passed the contract over and nothing else happened to it. Because there was nothing wrong with it. Trading bots, you're left holding bags of shit coin when your bot's wrong. Yeah, I could imagine that. I know. I could very much imagine that. It's starting to rain again, so I'm getting ready.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just off for a little bit there.
GP bots are leader in artificial intelligence for Bitcoin arbitrage operations, automated arbitrage, web apps, buy, sells, automated.
Right.
And when you say you've gotten into it, how is that working? Is it good? Oh, it must be all right, because you're obviously openly talking about it. But
that's the one.
Safety Dad, that sounds. I'm sorry, there's chatter in the background. You might be able to hear it.
I was going to say there's someone there in those trees.
Yes, it's the current Mr. Chalk hiding behind the magical waterfall. Safety Dad, that sounds really interesting about the GP bots. What kind of investment do you need to get involved? And like Keith said, how's it working out for you? Oh, I've gone all fuzzy. Look.
Yeah, that's all right. You're allowed to be fuzzy. That was Bill that took it. Oh, yeah. Well, I've said that, didn't I?
Yeah.
In other words, we're in agreement. Of course. That's why he done the V2. Of course. Yes, we know that.
Yeah. And what about the bot flush that happened a few days ago?
Oh, what a load of rubbish that is. There's no such thing. Like, that's the biggest load of crap I've ever heard in my life. When I first seen that announcement come up, and, like, as I've admitted, I'm not fully vexed on everything, but I do know how bots work, is that they buy and sell within their algorithms that are set up, and they will just move to wherever the market is. So whatever you do from a manipulate the LP pool, say, all it will do is change the bots to work accordingly. They will work at $50 just the same as at $100 or at $200 or at $200,000. It makes no difference. It depends on the algorithm, but they're always set to buy and sell at certain given points that are programmed into the algorithm. And thus, the bot flush idea is just a complete load of rubbish. And it was just a way of selling down treasury. And as it's been proven that those funds were sent to Gate.io, and who knows where that goes. But, you know, that is all valid proof on the blockchain. You can't hide it. That is the fact. So you explain it to me, because I just don't know. I don't get it. They are funds that are meant to be in the protocol, not sent to Gate.io. But that's my FUD talk for the day, right?
Yeah.
but
it's reminding us.
People keep saying the blockchain doesn't lie. Well, it is there. It says it. It's not us making it up. Anyway, remember the way of thinking. Oh yeah, I know. The goblin was unreal, man. Like, to get that is just like, what a load of crap that was. Like, seriously, come on. And then they come on just to give something back to the community. Go, oh, we feel so bad that we've got it, and we want to give something back to the. What a load of rubbish. Yeah, and that's right, Whale Miner. Obviously, you're setting me up with a whole lot of clickbait and getting these video clips potentially of what I'm saying, but I know you seem to be on the right side of the fence, and I don't care anyway, because what I'm saying is what happened. The Goblin existed, whoever you believe Goblin is, and they cracked the code with half the words. That's right, and they got their $400,000 worth of SAFU and dumped it on the market. Oh, geez,
sorry.
You said I had control.
Yeah, I know, and then I forgot.
Back off me.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know. The ESCO thing is just a whole lot of shit. Like, I know, like, none of you guys should have even considered being anywhere near it. Like, it was always just set up to be beneficial to someone, and that person is not you.
The problem, though, and I was in this situation that I had some. You okay?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. The problem with initial ESCO was that the only reason I was in it was because I had SAFU, which
I know.
Because of all the shenanigans that had gone on, the reason why I was banned and when I came out shouting this, that, and the other was because of the effect on SAFU. I mean, at one point, SAFU was at almost $2, wasn't it? And then suddenly, just before ESCO launch, you're down to whatever it was. And so you've kind of got almost no choice. You can either sell SAFU at ridiculous loss and at the tax, or you can throw it into ESCO. I mean, little choice to be had, really, again, unfortunately. All I can say is very, very suspicious. Too bad we can't have any video proof when BL and his team press the launch button.
You'll never get video proof, but seriously, like, when you go to PancakeSwap and you add liquidity, you've got a selection between V2 and V3, right? It's that clear. They're two separate liquidity pages, and it's so easy to tell the difference from one to the other. It's an absolute no-brainer. I can do this in a second. I will present a presentation. Here we go.
I can't stay much longer, my love.
Oh yeah, right.
Just saying. I know. What are you going to present us with? My God, you sound very professional.
Oh, you'll see. This is just. I've just got to stick it in a different browser because the sharing just wants to use the same browser that I'm using for Streamyard.
I'm just going to read this whilst you're doing that. Sorry, I've taken control again.
Yeah, go for it. I'm doing my thing.
Mine is saying the thing I can't work out is where the Jason guy comes into it unless BL hands over CEO to him. Yeah. I don't know. And my absolute only hope for Vulcan is that there are 3 other people involved in that.
But we don't know who they are though, as such. Like they
well, I've met them.
Okay.
I've met Jason, Damien, and oh God, what's he called? Jason, Damien. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name. Anyway, I met them in Dubai. I met them all in Dubai, so they exist. Seem like great guys. I don't know. I can't work it out. At the end of the day, Jason and BL are absolute best buddies. Completely.
Well, they're old schoolmates, and that's supposedly that's what they admit. So that kind of blurs the ground a bit there too, doesn't it?
Yeah. But there does seem to be a much more professional approach currently to Vulcan than other things that have gone on.
They got no choice but at least someone to show a good face.
My whole disappointment in this was that there was a time between January and, about Christmas time through to about March, when was when we were introduced to Uxie, and the Ninja marketing PR team were involved. I don't know what's happened to them, by the way. And things seemed to suddenly turn much more sensible around that time. So January through to March, I was feeling quite good about the whole Vulcan thing. It felt like, we just had the big rebrand, the new tokenomics, and it felt as if suddenly there was clarity in terms of the vision, where it was going. And it was very clear that the others were very much part of it. And then we hit March, and that's when all the Seifu shenanigans started. And from then on, it's just been a shit show, to be honest.
The whole thing about the council just seemed to be a setup for an agenda. Like, that didn't seem to be real, as much as they say it was, but it just doesn't. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. But anyway, I'm going to go to this page, right?
Look, hang on, Keith. Before you do that, have a look.
Okay.
Have a look in the comments.
Oh, sorry. Oh, geez, what have you done, Chalk?
Oh my God, Leon Deco. And do you know what? We didn't even wish him happy 4th of July.
Not yet. We're about to.
Oh, yes, of course we were.
We had it all planned.
Oh, do you know what? I should have put up my 4th of July background. Oh, my God.
Oh, yes. You've even got it. That you even made a TikTok about that. You had 4th of July.
I didn't do that. I don't think I've even got it here. Where is it?
Well, you better hurry up and find it.
Yeah, I know. I'll have to get it.
Leon, you're just.
Oh, Leon, thank you. You are an absolute gem. I need to transfer some of all this to you, Keith, because we've got a few little super streams that have come in now.
Sorry, what do you got to do? Sorry.
Well, we've had a few super streams, and currently they're all sat in my account.
Oh, that's right. You're rich. That's good.
Rich, I wouldn't say, but
are you working on your background? Because then I'll go to my thing for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Go on.
Right. Now you see this, guys. You go to PancakeSwap, finance liquidity, right? And then you go V3, V2, right? And obviously, I don't have me wallet on me, but this is the liquidity for like, it's so easy to go on to V2 liquidity. Like, it's what it is. And when you do and V3, like it's just it's you one or the other. Like, seriously, like, I've done it myself. Like, and I like, they talked me down for not knowing stuff, and yet I know that I've got to click on V2 liquidity. Like, it's not friggin' rocket science. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, it's not that hard. Like,
No.
And to then go, we did click on V2, but then Pancake Swap router or whatever put it on as V3. It was like, you serious that that's what you're saying? And it's like, okay. And that's why, yes, I agree. I just can't work that shit out because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And yet, time and time again, they're making up stories that just doesn't seem to make sense. But yeah, Leon, you're just, Leon, obviously great. Yeah.
This is for you, my friend. So in the real animated background, we've got a crackling fire and we've got fireworks going off. Unfortunately, this is just a still, but I wish I had the full one I could show you. And
you got the flag there. Does that blow in the breeze at all?
No, it doesn't. But the fireworks, and there's mist around the moon, and the fire is real in my video, in my background, in my animated background.
Yeah,
so you
real.
Just have to imagine it for now. Fireworks.
Yeah.
So, happy Independence Day. Oh, here we go again. Happy Independence Day to all of our American friends.
Absolutely.
Well, tell us what you're doing today, Leon. What are you doing to celebrate? What do you do?
Do you throw a shrimp on the barbie, or what do you do? What is those things that
a rooftop party like this? Because this is how I imagined you'd be celebrating. Do you have a dinner? What do you do?
Does that look like Virginia, does it? No, I suppose.
I don't know where this is. This is in Mid-Journey somewhere in the AI.
I swear it's in Virginia. Yeah, it's where it looks like Leon's house, I think.
Do you know what? It's anywhere you want it to be.
Oh, are you like that, Chalk?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Anywhere you want it to be. In fact, hold on. Do you know what I'm going to do? I want to play. Hold on. I'm going to play it for Leon. That's what I'm going to do. Hold on. I'm going to give him the full shamoli.
You do that.
Give me two.
Bad cop.
It's on it. Yeah, I agree with that. It's I
think it's a sane voice and a not so sane voice, depending on the moment in time to suit a narrative that they want to lead you to.
There you go.
Whoa, there it is.
Oh, and there's just a man that appears.
There's Johnny. What's Johnny doing there? I didn't know you had him at a party.
No, he's just a model. But this is how I imagine
Leon's stolen my mates.
Independence Day. So you can have that as an animated background for your online meetings. That's how it works. So there you go.
They've even got some little fireflies going around there too.
Yeah, there's everything going on. I'll tell you, everything. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July,
Independence Day.
Leon.
Oh, we got a really nice comment coming up. It's a beauty.
Oh, have we? I love nice comments.
I know it's we get off on nice comments. We love them. That's between you and him. You might want to say something.
Thank you, Milky. Oh, sorry, Leon. Do you know what? I was reading Leon's comment and I was reading Milky's at the same time.
Milky's stuck in your heart again.
I know. No, I thought when you said we had a nice comment, I thought it was the one that Milky was saying. But thank you, John. No. Well, you're very welcome to visit my Etsy shop.
No, this
or
one.
I can just send it to you. How's that? I will send you my little snippet so you can use it. That's the big down in crypto. People make money and nothing happens. People can take your money and nothing happens. You're absolutely right. We were talking about this the other day, weren't we?
And it's amazing, like, really, it sort of encourages people to be more and more brazen with that approach as well. Because, like, I'll put it this way to you, right? Now, you know that I have calf token and, you know, it's for a cause, right?
Yeah.
But what I tend to find, now this is my own honest opinion, right? I'm just, you can call me full of shit or whatever you want, I don't care, but this is it. But I seriously feel, that when you're striving for something that's right, it seems like it's so much harder to get the objective. Like, for argument's sake, if I was to do all this moon hype shit and get people to buy into some sort of rubbish and then do the pump and dump, then the cause would be so much better off in the short term than running it the way that it's being run, which is like the honest integrity type route. Because it always seems to be that the crypto space is so set up for people to essentially take other people's money with no consequences, no repercussions, that it's really like leaning that way where, you know, like you're kind of stupid if you're not playing that game. And that's what makes like calf token a hard grind for us, because like we're trying to do all the right stuff, but we're not getting those like results. It's
Yeah.
Agree with me or disagree with me, guys. Tell me what you think. It's time to arrest Trump and take down the entire Jew QP. Arrest DeSantis' wife too. She was born Jewish. Geez, that's just like, I don't know what to make of that. I can't figure that one out. You're obviously a Trump supporter. We need to get some MAGA hats.
It's time. I must say, it's time to arrest Trump and take down the entire. I don't know. Arrest DeSantis' wife. Oh. What's
DeSantis' wife done?
QP. What is that? It's transphobic, homophobic, and anti-Semitic. Do you know what? That I'm not American, obviously, but when Trump was in power, we had Boris Johnson, and Milky will be laughing now. Well, he might be a Boris Johnson fan, but between the two of them, I just thought, what has this world come to, honestly? Because, but Trump, I mean, looking on from the UK across the water to Trump, I literally, I just can't. I just cannot square off anybody supporting that man. I mean, but I'm not into politics, US politics. Just the optics that I see from the UK across, it's not a good look. That's all I'm saying. Not a good look at all. Leon, just to say, I'm going to send you a DM message after in Discord. So I'm going to drop you your little 4th of July background. So yeah, I'll send you that. But I haven't done it yet, but if you want to accept a friend request from me, then I can send it to you. We've got Milky in the house. And I've got to go. Milky always comes when I'm about to go. Did we read this?
Why do you have to go? Sophie stated BTC was...
Oh, no. It's now 31K.
16K.
Better to buy.
Yeah, but everything's going to be better than BTC. Don't worry about that.
Yeah. Sorry, I've taken control again. Look at that guy. He must have invested in calf. He seems very happy. I think he's talking about the guy that was on my 4th of July background. Yeah, he's very relaxed. He's obviously in calf.
Well, it's holding its own. Like, seriously, when you look at the way charts are, it's like, obviously it's just plodding along, not really going anywhere, but the others seem to be going a bit further in the wrong direction. So I don't know. Oh shit, I wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, no, I seriously didn't guess that. I didn't get that in your first comment. I didn't. I seriously did not understand. Now I know where you're coming from. Oh wow. No, I really thought that you were, yeah, everyone's allowed to have their opinion. Everyone's allowed to have their opinions and whatever they want to do. Politics is always a dangerous thing to talk about because it's so contentious. People tend to get quite fired up about it. Like Chalk said her opinion on Trump, and that was pretty savage. Like
savage.
She was pretty savage on Trumpy, and
I was.
you know, like, so I feel that you have a supporter there, Stuttering John.
Well, I have the same problem with politics that I have with crypto. Integrity seems to be gone out of the window for the most part. That's certainly, from my feeling in the UK, there's been a shift, certainly.
In Australia, it's just stupid.
Yeah. There's been a shift for me, certainly in the UK. Maybe I just wasn't that interested a few years ago, but I've taken much more of an interest recently. And I get it. And especially with the Boris Johnson government and his shenanigans. Too many shenanigans going on that lack integrity. That's it.
I don't really like it when people say class a party or a sector of people as something like the Republican Party is all Jews now. Like, to say statements like that, you just, unfortunately, to me, you lose your credibility straight away. I'm sorry, because I'm sure that statement is not real, and even if it was, so what? Like, I just don't really understand that.
No.
So
no,
yeah,
I don't get it really.
But we're not damning you. You're entitled to your opinion, and that's fine. But I'm just not sure where that opinion comes from, because when I personally read something like that, I lose the respect for the person that's writing it, because it just doesn't seem to me as though it's a well thought out, correct statement, in my opinion. And of course, I'm allowed to have my opinion, just like you're allowed to have yours.
Maybe we should shift to this, because I kind of do agree with this one, because this is kind of how it feels at the moment to me. The whole world has gone to shit. I'm glad I live in the South Pole. It does feel like
New Zealand, but bloody New Zealand with Jacinda Ardern, with their left-wing politics, how are you guys getting on over there with all your treaty shit going on with the Maoris? Like, as you know, Australia's going through all that stupid stuff now with The Voice, and it's just like, holy shit! Like, you got to, all the names of everything's getting changed to, you know, like the different names, and it's just, I don't know. How are you finding it over there in the land of the left wing? Because New Zealand is ahead of us on the left wing stuff, but Australia is coming up right behind you.
I think
I'm not saying I'm left or right. I'm just saying
no.
What I see.
I think Safety Dad is going back to our bot conversation. So he chose the lowest bot license at the moment, 20 USDT, which is the smallest one, and my 20 USDT will be turning to, is that 40 or 140 USDT? Get bigger bot license and it trades for, I guess you get more. Interesting. How long? So just, sorry, Safety Dad, can you just clarify, do you mean $40 or do you mean 100? Is that T? Is that supposed to be one? And how long have you had it running for? I'd be really interested to know. But that sounds interesting, doesn't it? Just to say, sorry, just to look at Shuttering John's next thing. I don't know what you're talking about there. If you're going back in history, we're not interested. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can't work that one out.
No, just no.
Yes, I know. Oh, he's talking about New Zealand, not about in here.
I hope so.
Yeah, not. I'm sure you're talking about New Zealand. Would that be right, Whale Miner? Not talking about this chat room. because obviously we could moderate the messages, but I'd rather not do that if we don't have to, because everyone is allowed to have their opinions as long as they're respectful of other people. That's the big thing, and that's why you'll hear me sort of not really being that forceful on certain opinions on like politics and stuff like that. Yes, I have an opinion, but that's why you'll hear me be more moderate in my approach. Thank you very much, Birdo.
It's great to see you. Come back.
Thank you very much. It's greatly appreciated, mate. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, hopefully that, well, this is my approach anyway. Hopefully that you guys don't mind that approach. Like I am the first one to admit, and I've said it to Chalk, that I'm centre right is in my political views. So there's a lot of opinion, like obviously a centre right person would be quite upset looking at Stuttering John's comments, but I'm not, because he's fully entitled to have his opinion. But when he starts talking race and sort of almost sounds like he's denigrating to a race, then I don't like that, and that's the part that I won't play into. So that's why you won't hear me fire up as a crazy right winger to defend Trump or anything like that. But I will say that about when it becomes racially descriptive. Anyway, I know, but I hate to say this, but that's the leniency that the left-wing governments do when they tend to be more lenient on for consequences on crime, because left-wing tends to have policies to not imprison people, and so they've got less consequences for criminal actions, and they tend to be more lenient to legalization of drugs, or at least decriminalization for drugs. Yes, they're more strict on firearms, but of course the illegal firearms are always there. Like I've got a cupboard full of legal firearms, and that's a different story. Yes, we should be allowed to access legal if it's right for you to own them. But the problem is that legal firearm owners get penalized so much because, like, for argument's sake, cops or the police here know that I have firearms and they know that I have a safe, and they know where to come to look to find firearms because, hello, they're in my house. But they don't know where the illegal ones are. And that's why there can be, as much as their intentions might be right, but it's easy to control ones that you know than the ones you don't. Otherwise, hello, they wouldn't have the problem in the first place because they would have already been controlled.
Do you know the other thing? Because I agree with Mina. I certainly feel in the UK we're in a downward spiral, and that sounds quite dramatic, but I kind of feel like we are. With the economic situation is dire. The haves and the have-nots are getting wider. But
that's the Western world at the moment.
Yeah, it is. But I do wonder if, going back to COVID, the pandemic, and there was a time when literally everything stopped in the world. Yeah, it was like the world was on pause. Now, I'm not saying that was a good thing, but what it did, even it seems the wars ended just for a period of time. The crime ended for a period of time. Either that or it just wasn't on the news because we were so obsessed with COVID at the time. But there was literally nothing being reported apart from COVID. And I'm not saying it all stopped, but I think there was a huge reduction. And I think I certainly had a lot of hope that we might somehow start to change to reflect on that. It was an opportunity, COVID. I'm afraid, it was terrible. Don't get me wrong. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. And, we're still recovering in terms of economics, and it had a terrible impact. But it also stopped us, and it stopped the good and the bad, and we just paused. And I certainly thought, God, can we make things better? And now we seem to have spiraled further, negatively. And I just wonder if it amplifies how even more, because of what we went through just a few years ago, that it just seems even worse than it ever was. But I don't know. I just don't know. It's very frustrating because we're not people that we're not criminals, and I don't think any of us in here are bad people, but there are very bad people in the world, and it's frustrating and just wrong. Sorry, you're looking for music, aren't you? You're looking for music, Keith the Crypto Partner.
No. What I was going to say, which sort of ties in with you, right, is that at that point in time when COVID did its thing and you were looking at what they called the Great Reset, right?
Yeah.
And what's his name? Franz Schwab or whatever of the World Economic Forum was pushing the Great Reset. And they have been trying to implement this around the world, and they looked for an opportunity, and that's called, find the opportunity and turn it into, and that's where they found with COVID, it was a perfect situation where they were able to actually enact what they wanted to do. And because his socialist viewpoints, and that's the mad left, right? And like Jacinta Ardern and many other politicians around the world, like Justin Trudeau and the French president and whatever, are all derivatives learned from the World Economic Forum. And so they've got, and he's even said it himself, where they wanted to infiltrate governments around the world to inject this World Economic Forum belief, this left-wing politics into the government. And that's what New Zealand did. That's what Canada's done, France, in Australia, enough of it. And that's where you end up with this different policy of dealing with crime and a whole array of different things. The money financial structures where they want to control. That's why they want it where they eliminate cash, for argument's sake. They want to take away your freedom of choice. So you live by their rules, not by your rules, not by freedom.
Oh, I definitely don't want that.
And that's what, but that's what they're implementing. And it's a very slippery slope, and it's happening everywhere all the time. But of course you'll get your pushback at some stage. But that's where there's a lot to be said for the influence of like the World Economic Forum, allowing for this types of views to get infiltrated into different governments around the world. Now, obviously, I can't blame everything on left wing, of course, and I can't blame everything on right wing, of course, because whoever's in power has, like in Australia, right? We not long had an election. Well, we're about halfway through our election cycle, but the government, the opposition went, who's now the government, went to the election promising all these promises, and so many of those promises are now broken. And yet it's like that happens all the time. So whether and that's a left-wing government, so whether you're left or right, they always do the same shit. And the election term in democracies are so short, like it's 4 years of government, that it's not, unless they win successive terms, it's not enough time to really implement all the changes that they want. So it's just, it turns into a higgledy-piggledy mess of just like, and of course we bumble our way through life and but so of course I'm not blaming one side or the other for all of life's problems, because I know that it's everyone has contributed to it, and at the end of the day, my opinion is that whatever the people vote for, they deserve what they get. Whether it's a left wing government or a right wing government, they voted for it, they deserve it, that's what they get. And it's the same shit that happens all the time when obviously you've lived long enough to see several different governments come in, but really, like, there's obviously certain points in. Geez, politics is so hard to talk about, because it's such a heated, contentious pile of soup. It's just, and of course, nothing we say is going to change anything. But of course, like, we've all got our lived experiences. You in UK, Whale Miner in New Zealand, obviously me in Australia, other like Leon in America. We've all got our different viewpoints, but believe it or not, we're all dealing with the same shit because we're all in these Western type countries and that are dealing with this stuff. Like I personally think that Australia and UK and New Zealand and USA are all very similar countries.
Yeah.
And we're all dealing with the same types of issues.
Yeah, I agree. I've got to go. I should have gone an hour ago. I've got to go. Safely Dad, though, I am going to look at your little idea here. So he's made $40 at the moment. I put in 20 only because I had the smaller spot license. It's it's like 1% per day unless you hold a greater license and can buy more than one license. That sounds interesting.
I wonder how it's going to go with confirm it with doing a because it didn't happen. That's why it's an inside job. Okay, I'll say that out loud.
You've said it.
Yeah, but I've
got to go.
Yeah, well, you take care. I'll hang around for 5 minutes.
Are you carrying on? Okay.
We got five people.
Yeah, listen, everybody's so sorry. I've got these domestic things I've got to get done. And the current Mr. Chalk's going to the dump in less than an hour, and I've got to sort some stuff out for him to take. So I will see you all soon. But thank you very much.
When you... yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all good. All
right. See you soon, everybody. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Wow, that's been some hard conversation stuff, hasn't it? Sounded like I've been talking riddles. I almost hurt myself with that shit. It's just hard. Yes, I'm a centre-right person. That's right. I'm on the conservative side of politics. I can listen to views from the left side of politics without it bothering me. Yes, it can be somewhat frustrating on some statements that I hear from government, but that can be equally so from both sides of politics. It's a bloody difficult one. But I'll hang around for a little bit. If you've got something else to throw in there for 2 bobs worth, give it a go, see what happens. Might get something a bit more tangible out of it. Than it'd be interesting to know what it is about your bots, because I know that Whale Miner says no to bots. You say yes to some degree. I'm like Chalk. We're really curious about the deal with it and how whatever, just everything. It's just learnings. And of course, like if you have any sort of success or failures or whatever, obviously you're not that invested in it, but whatever it is, we would love to hear what your story is, to how things actually go in real life. Because of course things are different when you actually put $1 on the line. Because everyone is the best investor when they're not actually investing anything. And as soon as you do invest something, then for some reason it seems to respond differently than what you would have done if you didn't have anything invested. So, of course, like what I'm getting at is that if you didn't put any money on it, all of a sudden all you pick is winners. And as soon as you put money on it, then it seems to turn into a loser. It's good at making me a loser. That's why you just be careful playing the field like that. And Leon, you're just bloody blowing us away, mate. Like, seriously, that's just crazy. Thank you so much. But yeah, I hope you have all the best for Independence Day. So does that mean you get a holiday? You know, well, would imagine so. And being only Tuesday, you haven't done your 40 hours yet. So that would mean that you would have a holiday. And did you see in the NASCARs that, I know he's a Kiwi, but you see the Kiwi one, Van Gisbergen, on his debut drive? He's a bloody good driver, though. He's good. He's winning the Australian Supercar Series. And, yeah, he's very, very good. Obviously, the NASCARs are a lot different sort of car than the V8 supercars we have in Australia. But now they're turned into American cars because they're racing the Mustangs and the Chevy buddy thing. Can't believe I forget its name. Camaro. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot its name there for a second. It was like, far out, man. Like, for me, I'm a Holden person. Well, you know, when Holden was a thing, and that's Chevy. And so it's like, far out. I can't believe I forgot that for a moment. I got it back, though. So, someone give me something, please. Got to have something because Chalk's deserted me. All right, just learning some more settings. I know I've figured out how to play music for her now, so when she goes into her speech, could play some music along for her now. Yeah, I know, but this was on a street circuit, so they're going left and right. I know the NASCARs look funny. I was just going around in circles, but I'm not sure where the race was, but it's on their street circuit. Well, one of their 3 street circuits or whatever they do in a year. Yeah, that's right. Here's NASCAR down south. I was running right. Yeah, nah, our race cars run on, you know, like racetracks, so they're left and rights. So none of this oval track stuff. That's an American thing. So that's completely different. Definitely not what we do. But Van Gisbergen's a bloody good driver, though. And yeah, like when Ambrose went over to the States as an ex-supercar winner, championship winner in Australia, he was winning the, like, Watkins Glen and that, because it's more street type circuits with the left and rights. And that, but they'll be interesting to see, you know, Van Gisbergen's got another year in Australia. And then he's going to go over to the States and drive NASCAR. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes on the oval and see whether he can actually break through and become and is a competitive driver on the ovals. It's always interesting that to see whether drivers can transition from like street type circuits to oval circuits. It's like when they jump in the Indy cars or whatever. It's a different beast altogether. But of course, the NASCAR is nothing like the V8 supercars in Australia. So yeah, I don't know. It's a different thing. So you got one day off. Woohoo! So what is it that you do on Independence Day? Do you have a barbecue, or what's the traditional thing that you do? Shoot off firecrackers, or I don't know. What is it that you're allowed to do? Or is it just a day off and you just do like chores and stuff? Or, you know, like... I've made $40 at the moment. I put 20 in. The smaller spot license. But still, anyone, you know, like if you can put 20 in and you make 40 in no time, well, that's pretty damn good still. I know that you can do that on just swing trading, but still, you know, that's shows you that there's a possibility that it has some sort of use case. I don't know, validation that algorithm works, something like that. If anyone feels like chucking in a question, please do so. Otherwise, you just got to either switch off and go somewhere else or put up with me rabbiting on about nothing. I could go to share screen. There you go. Who's seen it today, my TikTok? Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to work. What's wrong with you? Right, there we go. So, what have we got? This is what I was doing today. We've got plenty of water again, as you can see. It's water flowing quite heavily again. How fat the creek is. This is the fenceway that I renewed the other week, and heaps of water down there as well. Now. We get a lot of water flowing down the neighbour's side, and then of course our creek that goes through. Creeks are quite swollen at the moment with all the water. Oh, moo. Of course, the rains goes all in the water troughs, grain troughs, so clean it all out and start again. Get a bit of hay and wipe it out. And of course, the hay trough I cleaned out fully yesterday, so it's all just what's left in here now is all just wet. I'll start puffing. My little dinosaur arms don't really work that well, and then my radial nerve up my right arm really gets me when I start doing around on the paddock, and it makes good compost. Oh, geez, I'm getting dusted. The biscuit doesn't want to see how it's all in biscuits. This is what I was saying about when I was stacking the hay away. How the square bale it goes in forms biscuits as it compresses the bale. Geez, I'm not having much luck here. Biscuit doesn't want to separate. There we go. You wouldn't think it would take that much, but it's quite a lot to it, especially with my little Tyrannosaurus Rex arms that I have now with the arthritis. Sort of makes it a bit more challenging to put your muscle into it. They're all coming around keen to get in on it. They want to feed. It's important to give them lots of good hay. I'm sure it warms them up by getting their stomachs working.
Sounds like I'm puffing a fair bit too, Leon. Anyway, if anyone wants to check that out, then there's 3 videos I put on there today. But really getting some views here now, like 2,000 there. And look at how many views we're getting up to on some of the videos. Like getting over 1,000 on quite a few of them now. And yeah, which is nice to see that starting to get more and more numbers. Checked out your new ones earlier today. I know, because you put a love heart on them, didn't you? I seen that. So thank you very much for that, Leon. And yeah, someone was kind enough to donate a GoPro to the cause of the calves, and that's enabled so much easier to make good content now of farming stuff. So it's really changed what I can do for videos and stuff now. So it's bloody good. So that was very, very kind of the person that did that. As you can see, it's been getting plenty of use. Made lots and lots of videos, and I'm sure there'll be lots more to come. But no, that's just fantastic, mate. It's bloody good. Anyway, I think I might call it a night. I hope that within reason everyone's enjoyed themselves. And thank you very much for calling in, Leon. And a super chat is just amazing, mate. Thank you so much. Seifu Dad, thank you very much for calling in and you contributed a lot. And Whale Miner the same, and Berto, thank you so much. Stuttering John, you're allowed your opinions, that's fine. Thank you for coming in. Milky, thank you very much for popping in. Yeah, it's just fantastic that you guys have shown us and of course creative shorts as well. Thank you very much for allowing us to share in your day a little bit, and hopefully you can take something away from it. We can only try, can't we? We're trying to change the space. It is late, 10 o'clock. So, yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, take care, Whale Miner. Thank you so much. And I'm going to call it a night. All right, thank you. Love yous all. Thank you so much for your support. Cheers. Take care. Bye.